2024 has come to an end, and this year was an amazing year. There were ups, downs. I encountered different kind of difficulties, but at the end of the day, we thank God for bringing us to the end of the year. So this video is just going to be doing a recap of what happened throughout the course of the brand this year. Before I start this video, I want to know what your 2024 was like. So let me know in the comments, how was your 2024? Give it a rating or just give me a highlight of how 2024 was for you. I'm interested to know. We're going to start it off quick with January. January was a pretty interesting month. I was still in the process of promoting my Friends in High Places collection because by that time it hadn't sold out yet. I got my second highest viewed video on TikTok, which is now about 140,000 views or 120, 130, around that range. Then on January 28th, Davido posted our brand on his IG feed, and that post made the cap from the Friends in High Places collection sell out. I woke up that morning, a lot of people had tagged me on posts. It was very, very interesting. I felt really good. Never had that kind of feeling before. People just texting, sending the post. It made me feel really good. And the surprising thing with that particular post was some people that were my friends that I knew them personally, they didn't order until that Davido post. So it just was interesting to me to see how people think. Yeah, I thank God though, and huge shout out to Davido. It wasn't paid. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the people that made it possible. Huge love for the team. Then February. February was another interesting month because an Iranian artist wore the brand. We met with them a few days before. I gave him the brand. He wore it in the music video, and I also met with Arthur Lab about sending him some of my products for him to put in store and sell. Unfortunately, the deal didn't work out as we planned, but it was just one of those things where if it's destined to happen, it will happen. And this one didn't happen. But the artist wore it. It was also a good time. Second month of the year, another artist reaching out, working with another artist. My first music or my second music video experience actually, and it was pretty interesting. March, people that know that my plan was to drop only collaborations this year. So March was us working on the first collaboration, which was the collaboration with Saint Tropez. He's a photographer in Cyprus, very, very talented guy, energetic. I love his spirit, and he also came with the idea of the collaboration. We worked on the design together, but this was also another one of those collaborations that it didn't work out as we planned and as we expected, but at the end of the day, we just worked with what we had. This was also the month that I started going live on TikTok because I was trying to get over the fear of being in front of the camera. Before this time, I was very scared of being in front of the camera, so I used going live every night to get over my fear of being in front of the camera, and it was very interesting. I liked it. This was also the month that we received Gilmore's sample. The reason why we received it this month was we started working on it since December last year, so it's a long process, and this was when we received the sample because we had a lot of back and forth conversations before finally we were able to agree, then worked on this sample, and it finally came through. I received the sample on this month, then I sent Gilmore his own sample as well as some of my stuff. This was also the month of Ramadan. When Ramadan started, I wasn't doing as much work during the day, and I started working later at night so that I'll be able to have energy to fast. April this year, I made my first video in front of the camera, and it's crazy because now looking at it, I even do YouTube now. I also post regularly on TikTok, but before I was very, very scared with sitting down in front of the camera and making a video. But I got over the fear from going live and finally started making videos at this time. Ramadan also ended in this month, and Gilmore received his sample this month as well as some of my clothes too, and he took some pictures in them. So that was all that happened in April. May, this was the month that the manufacturer finally got the sample right. This was our first time working on button-up shirts, so we had to do it 3 times, lots of errors, and we corrected the errors, but finally we got it right on the 3rd try. So I was happy with that, and finally she was able to ship it in this month. We also had a possible collaboration with Body Essentials. We worked on the idea, design, but at the end of the day, we realized that it would be too expensive to make. And me, because of my previous experience with dropping girls collection, I was very skeptical about working on this too because of my previous experience. But maybe sometime I'll do it again. And at this point, I'll tell you, if you're enjoying the video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on the journey because because next year we are going to have more eventful things to come. May was also the month I first did my Sunday app session. This was at a point where honestly I was very confused in terms of a lot of things. Things were going right, but I was confused. I felt lost. I was no longer surrounded by my team. I was isolated and I was just going through a lot mentally. It wasn't the best time for me. And Sunday app session was a way to help me clear my head. And it was suggested by a communication specialist, Vin. I took the advice and I finally started doing this. So it's like a video journal and it has helped me appreciate and put things into perspective. In this month, we also worked on the design with Nita. So this was when we started working on the design with Notorious Nita collaboration for our EP. So this was another artist that we're working with, but we are doing a drop with them, which I was very happy about because overall the idea was to drop OLED collaborations this year, and so far I was doing a pretty good job in sticking to that. June, we finally received the collaboration with Saint-Tropez and I took some pictures. He as well made some content on his own, but this was where the problem started because we wanted to start working on the bulk, but he had a lot of things going on his own side. This is one of the problems with working with people or doing collaborations. Sometimes it might not align. Your timing might be right or their timing might be wrong. So it wasn't a good time for him. He was going through a lot in his own personal life and he told us to put it on hold. But I'll still count this as a collaboration because now I have the template to make shirts, and if he wants to continue, we can still continue from where we stopped because we did samples, so it's a W in my opinion. This month was also the month the manufacturer was done with the samples for Nita collaboration and we gave the green light. She didn't send it to us, she just made it, sent us pictures, and after a few corrections, she got it right. We gave her the green light, then she started bulk production. June was also the time I uploaded my first ever YouTube video. This was not easy for me to record. I was thinking too much about it, but I am very, very glad I took that decision. And if you are overthinking making a YouTube video, please don't think about it too much. Trust me, it's going to be worth it at the end. The thing is, time is always ticking, time is always going. Why not just do something as the time is going? You get better as time goes on. Don't try to make your first video a perfect video because that perfect video doesn't exist. In July, we received the bulk of the Gilmore collaboration. We got 100 pieces at the time. I did the unboxing live. Gilmore also joined the live and it was pretty interesting. I felt so good. This was our first time doing like something like that, and for him to even trust me to work with me, put his brand at risk. People kept on reassuring me and making me feel like I am making the right decisions, even at points where I felt like I wasn't. Soon as the collab came in, we did the inventory, we did the photo shoots, and we started selling. And this was the best month this year because we did 3.3 million naira on the day of the drop, which was amazing. Not done a number like that in a long time. So it made me understand that the partnership I did was really good and it would be beneficial for the both of us. I also made sure Gilmore understood that the collaboration means a lot to me. Making 3.3 million on launch day was amazing. I've never had that feeling before and I'll always cherish it well until I make like 10 million on the first day. That time is coming, trust. August, Igberaga Boys FC jersey got to Nigeria. In August, he arrived in Nigeria. People got their orders, did the distribution. There was able to distribute it to everybody, and I already had things in place for the drop to be a success. And I tried not to compromise on logistics or anything, so everybody will feel good because a lot of people coming at that time were new, and I didn't want them to have a bad experience. August was the month we also sold out the jersey. Soon as we sold out the jersey, Nita's collaboration was already on the way, so it arrived just in time, which was in this same month. We did the photo shoot, started doing promotion. We also did the first pop-up of the year, and it was a car show pop-up. Cars were drifting. I posted some videos about this on TikTok, but TikTok took it down and they gave me a strike. And disclaimer, please do not attempt to replicate anything you see in this video because these are professional, so YouTube too won't put me in trouble. Finally, for August, we got the office for a month. It was a co-working space. We were able to do a lot of work there, content, and the office looked really good, had an amazing view, and I feel really honored to be able to have shot some YouTube videos in that office. September, we had the next collaboration on the list, or the idea actually. We did a design concept with Outer Space and just wanted to see how people would react. Me and Outer Space were still supposed to meet. We're still working on it, hopefully by God's grace next year. September, I also spoke at a workshop. It was a photography workshop, creative and photography workshop hosted by OC. It was a good time. I also spoke at that event because I was trying to get over my fear of public speaking. speaking, which was good for me because after I spoke at that event, kind of got comfortable. One thing that I've started doing is if I'm uncomfortable with something, I try my best to do it so much that I am no longer uncomfortable. And I learned this from playing video games like Fortnite. Building was very hard for me, but I kept on doing it until I got very comfortable with fighting and building. So that's the same idea I put in everything. Do it until I'm comfortable doing it. This was also the month that we got our highest viewed video on YouTube, which right now is sitting on like 6.3k or so. But I felt really happy. I didn't think this video would perform as well as it did, but thank God it did, and up to now it's still the top performing video. This video also made us get this much subscribers, and it also got us a lot of watch time hours, which made us get to halfway through our monetization requirements. We're really happy about that. And September was also the month I did the Not for Kids design. So I did the design, I called StyleCon, had conversation with him about us doing it. So September was the first time I did it, and I also did the design live. For people that were there, you can testify in the comments. And I made a YouTube video also about the design. In case you are struggling with Photoshop, you can go through YouTube and see the video I made on it. It will make designing easier for you, designing on Photoshop. In October, I met my thumbnail guy. He actually sent me a DM and he said he can do some things for me. He showed me some concepts that he made and I was satisfied with the work, and I said, okay, let's just work together. This was the first time having someone do my thumbnail for me, so it was at least less weight off my shoulders, and I promised him like a permanent role. As long as the YouTube takes off, you'll be getting paid, and he's now part of the team. So I'm very happy that we have started expanding our YouTube team. We have an editor, but that one is not really, he only made one video and since then he has not made another one. So we'll see though, still looking for an editor. If you think you can edit, write it in the comments, maybe we'll connect and go from there, because I'm trying to build my YouTube team. October, started moving out of my apartment in Cyprus. I was moving slowly because my rent was expiring in November. Had a lot of stuff, so I started packing in October. And in this month, I was also 30 days into my 60 days live, because I was going live every day for 60 days. It was just a challenge I gave myself. Also in this month, I had already made a lot of YouTube videos at the time. My plan was to be making one video every week. So I made 4 videos a month, and I've stuck with it since I started YouTube, which hasn't been easy, but I try my best to be consistent. That's the main thing, consistency. November, second to the last month of the year. Not much happened because I was moving out, transferring from Cyprus to Nigeria. A lot of stuff happened, but in my personal life, not for the brand. So I wouldn't want to really bore you guys out with that. Main thing was I moved out of my apartment, came to Nigeria, got a place in Nigeria, set up even this office. So that was just it, my own personal life. But on the brand side, StyleCon finally finished with the sample body drop, the Not for Kids drop. He finished the sample and I saw it, to send me pictures. So this was the thing that happened for the brand in November. Then December is a lot, so just sit back and relax. A lot of stuff happened in December. Suki wore the jersey on stream. If you don't know Suki, she was the one on the Her Lost cover, Drake featuring 21 Savage. Amazing album. She was the one on the album cover. She wore it on stream and her feedback was really positive. That was one of my proud moments, because I had to wake till 4 a.m. to watch that stream. This month too, I did my first pop-up in Abuja. Coming back to Nigeria, I wanted to do something for the sake of the brand, obviously, coming to expand, so I had to do something like a physical event. So I did a pop-up, first pop-up in Abuja. It was really amazing. I felt really good. I felt welcomed, although I'm from here actually, but for me to do something like this, and I got a very good feedback, and I appreciate everybody that came for the pop-up. I also met with Outfit Boss this month about giving him a social media presence, which we are planning a pop-up early next year at his own store, and I'll be at the store a lot, so if you come to the store one day you might run into me. Also met with Bonka is a new store in Abuja, and I spoke to the owner about sending them products too, so they will sell. It's in the works now, but I did have a meeting with them. This month received the Not for Kids bulk, obviously, which is what I'm wearing right now. Quick ad, Not for Kids is going to be dropping really soon, so follow on Instagram or TikTok so that you'll be up to date, because this is very limited. We made limited pieces, and once it's gone, it's never coming back. You guys know the drill. I did the clothing brand mastermind in Lagos, first physical event in Lagos, and I met with some of my students that came. It was pretty interesting. Brought StyleCon there, brought Zella Cartel there. It was a good time, proud moment for me, because this was an event that I hosted, and hopefully it's something that I would want to be doing frequently and try to grow to a point where Chinese manufacturers would be able to attend an event like that one day. So if you're a clothing brand owner and you want to even know what happened, it's the last YouTube video I posted. You can watch to see how it was. Next year will be better, obviously. This was the first time, and we'll just keep growing from here. I was on Big Talk podcast. This is my second time being on the podcast, and I got huge love for them. They are working hard. Owie and Klinsman, they've been pushing this for years now, so I feel happy to be a part of their own journey. Finally, the last thing of the year, I met with Gilmore. First time of us meeting face to face. It wasn't smooth as I expected, but we still met. I got him a gift. It was a 300,000 naira G-Shock to show him appreciation also. Aside from the fact that I also sent him some money from the money we made on the drop, and I gave him the G-Shock. He has been wearing it since then, so it makes me know that he really likes the gift. Overall, I think that was a W gift because he liked it. I'm going to leave you with one question. What was the highlight of your own 2024? I'm interested to know, because my own year, obviously, as I've broken it down, I forgot a lot of things. Maybe if you remember something I forgot, you can let me know in the comments, but I want to know what your own 2024 was like. Give me your highlights. I'll be interested in seeing what you guys come with in the comments, because I really want to know. If you've watched till this point, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and thank God for us making it to the end of this year.